What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm building in the desert of Oasis Springs, and whenever I build here, I usually go for mid-century modern mixed with like contemporary kind of builds, and that's exactly what I'm doing today, except today I am actually building rentals. I was really in the mood to build rentals. It's been a while since I've actually done that, and I was actually inspired by mid-century modern houses that I came across in real life like a while back, but for some reason the image just kind of got stuck in my mind, and it was something like this. It was like a couple of houses connected to each other, and they were identical to each other, and they were kind of connected in a way that didn't really look exactly like this because I didn't really take a picture of anything of these houses, and I'm pretty sure they were a lot bigger than these ones too. But ever since I saw those like connected mid-century modern style type houses, I was just very inspired to build something like this. And I thought it would be perfect to make this into a rental lot. So these houses, as you can see, they're very, very small, and I literally copied them over and placed them back to back, so they are connected. And they're very, very small. They're little rental bungalows, and there are a lot of beds though. Each bungalow has 2 bedrooms, which one of those bedrooms is a master bedroom with a double bed in it, and then the other bedrooms I furnished for children. They don't have to be children's bedrooms, of course, but I just placed 2 single beds in each of the little bungalows. So that comes down to 12 places to sleep in total, which is way too many because, as we all know, you can only have 8 Sims per household. But still, I thought it was realistic, and I did want to include as many beds basically as possible in each of these little bungalows because I thought that that would be realistic. I mean, very small little rental bungalows like this to me are so familiar and definitely very realistic. And the fun thing about this build is that it has this very large communal backyard area. Basically, I made it quite luxurious with a very, very large pool. And I also made a nice outdoors kitchen with a grill and a bar and a large dining table and just lots of spaces to sit down and hang out. And then each little bungalow also has its own very small dining table outside because they all have sliding doors that lead to the terrace area or the outside area. I don't really know what to call it exactly. And then they also have their own little dining tables outside if the people staying in these bungalows, for example, don't necessarily know each other, or if they just want to have like breakfast or dinner just with their little family or their little household, if you will. But I don't know, I had so much fun with this lot. As you can see, I gave each little bungalow its own color, and I kind of matched the color scheme inside to that color on the outside, and I had a lot of fun with it. Each bungalow basically has the exact same layout. They have the same floor plan, the same layout. I used slightly different furniture pieces though in each of the bungalows, and I also changed up the color scheme completely because I really wanted to match the color scheme to the exterior of the house. So you can see that they also all have a different color front door and stuff, and I don't know, I just thought that was so cute and I had so much fun with that. And yeah, I thought that these rentals would be really fun. For example, if you want to take a vacation with a larger family, you could, for example, have the parents and the kids stay in one bungalow, and then maybe the uncle or aunt and uncle or aunts or uncles or what have you stay in a different bungalow, and then maybe the grandparents in another bungalow. Something like that would be really fun. Or you could have like a bridal couple spend the night in one of the bungalows, and then you can bring like the parents and the in-laws and maybe the siblings and stuff like that. And there would be a place to sleep basically for everyone. Now, speaking of this, I don't even know if this is exactly possible in The Sims. I'm not sure. Like, can you actually bring Sims on vacation with you outside of your household? I don't even know if that's possible, but if it is possible, then I do think that like a little rental lot it's actually very big, but like little rental houses like this would be really, really fun because each household or each family would have their own private little bungalow, but then they have this very large shared communal outdoor area to just enjoy their vacation together, basically. So that's kind of what I had in mind for these little rentals. I hope you like it. I hope I did a good job explaining it. Let me know if this is something that you would want to use in your game, and let me know if it's possible to bring Sims on vacation with you outside of your household, because I think that should be possible. If it's not possible, then that's definitely a shame for a lot like this, but it's fine. You could figure something out. I also think that because this lot is so big and it has so much stuff on it, because it's literally 3 houses, the rental price is quite high. I think it comes in at just over 1,200 simoleons per day. So for a smaller single household, that would be a lot of money. I do realize that, but I mean, I was kind of trying to make it more luxurious. I was definitely thinking of like a place where you can celebrate a wedding, not like the wedding itself, but a place that you would kind of rent out with your closest family, and then you would stay here for like, I don't know, a couple days or maybe even a week if you want to make a whole vacation out of it. So that's the kind of thing that I was thinking about. So I really wanted to make it quite luxurious, especially the outdoor area. Mainly also because I'm building it in the desert. So it's gonna be warm here. You're gonna go here mainly to spend the majority of your time outside is what I was thinking. And so yeah, I just really wanted to make the place very lively, and I wanted there to be a lot of activities and fun things to do for your Sims. So as you can see, I made a very, very large pool so that everyone can enjoy the pool and they can just swim around and have fun. And yeah, I created an outdoor kitchen with a grill and a bar, so you can have, I don't know, a little after party, or like just a little party for your closest family whenever you're like getting married, and then you'll have the ceremony somewhere else. Or you could have like the wedding arch. You could place a wedding arch somewhere on this lot, and then you can have the full wedding here even. I think that would be really fun too. It's definitely something that you could do. And I also created a play area for the kids. That's something I won't be doing until way later, but I figured I wanted there to be something to do for kids as well if you want to bring along kids. So yeah, I created the little play area for the kids as well. And as you can see, there is this nice outdoor living area situation that is very spacious as well. Basically the whole outdoor area is just very, very large compared to the indoor space of the little bungalows, because the bungalows are very, very cramped. They all have a full kitchen inside and also a full living area situation with a TV and stuff, but it's very cramped. It's very, very small. But then again, I feel like it makes sense, and it's definitely something that it's kind of familiar to me. Not like this. I mean, I'm from the Netherlands. I've never really been to a place like this. I've never been to a desert or anything like that. I have been to warmer countries, of course. So yeah, I was kind of inspired for the outdoor area mainly. I was kind of inspired by the place where we spent my sister's wedding. My sister got married a while back, I think in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, and we rented this very large house with our family and her in-laws, just the closest family basically. We rented this very, very large house where everybody had like their own bedrooms, and some of these bedrooms even had en suites and stuff like that. It was quite luxurious. But we rented that house with a lot of people, like a whole bunch of people. And that house had the prettiest outdoor area. It was actually where we held my sister's wedding ceremony as well. So the whole wedding kind of took place there. And then the closest family also stayed in that house. And we made a whole vacation week out of it, basically, because it was abroad. So that was very nice. And that house had the most dreamy outdoor space. Like, it was not as big as this, but it had a pool and it had an outdoors kitchen, and it had a huge like terrace area with a dining table and places to hang out, and it also had a lot of like little balconies and stuff like that. It was very dreamy and Mediterranean and stuff. So yeah, that was very dreamy, and I was kind of subconsciously inspired by that backyard, because as I was building this backyard area, I was constantly reminded of that vacation that we, of like that backyard of that house where we stayed. I don't know, I was just constantly thinking about it, and I wasn't really trying to mimic anything because it looked way different, but it was like kind of the same idea overall with a backyard, like with a large pool and stuff like that. It was kind of the same idea, same vibes, but way different, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I had so much fun building this whole this whole lot basically. And one thing I was also thinking, because I'm building this lot across from the land grab family, like the land grab residence, I was thinking that maybe this lot could belong to the land grabs. Like maybe they bought this plot of land and they decided to just build vacation rentals on it and rent them out and make a whole bunch of money off of it. I feel like that's definitely something the land grabs would do. I feel like they do own quite a lot of real estate. I think they also own apartments in San Myshuno, and I think they own more plots of land or more lots. So yeah, they're definitely the kind of family that would be very much invested in real estate. So I was kind of thinking that it would be fun if this lot belonged to the land grabs and they rented it out. I don't know. It was just a fun little idea that that crossed my mind as I was building this. But you can see that we are moving on to the inside of these little bungalows. Now, like I already said, all these bungalows have the exact same layout. They also have the same kitchen, just in different swatches. And yeah, different furniture pieces overall though, but yeah, not for the kitchen. The kitchen is exactly the same, just in a different color. And I was definitely trying to make the color schemes for these houses as unique as possible. So they're all very different and kind of match the exterior of the build as well, or at least like the color that I used for the exterior of each bungalow. So as you can see, this bungalow has a blue front door and a blue accent wall on the outside, or like a teal blue kind of color. So I was really basing the whole color scheme off of that. This one has a lot of white accents though, a lot of furniture pieces that are white. So definitely mixed with some neutrals, and I think I mixed in yellow or orange for the bedrooms. It's been a while since I finished this build, so I'm kind of watching this footage back with you and just kind of, I don't know, seeing how it's coming along, because I don't necessarily remember everything. I just remember that I had a lot of fun with the color schemes, and I think either the second house or the last house ended up being my favorite. I think the last one actually ended up being my favorite, but I could be mistaken. I don't actually remember. I do know that definitely the second one and the third one were my favorites overall, not so much the first one. I do like this one. I like the color scheme for this house too, but I was still very much experimenting with what I wanted to do exactly. And then for the other two houses, I was kind of, I don't know, I kind of got the feel for it and I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So I kind of went a little bit more crazy in the other two houses with the colors. This one is quite safe, still more on the neutral side. It definitely has some pops of color, like some very bright colors here and there, but the other two are a lot more out there. So I had a lot of fun with that. And as you can see for this house, I was really trying to go for that mid-century vibe on the inside as well. I did that for all of the houses, but I also wanted it to be quite, I don't know, modern and kind of luxurious in a way, even though the houses are very small. But it doesn't matter. Like if you're building a small house, it can still have this more luxurious vibe to it, if that makes sense. So that's what I was trying to go for. And the layouts for the kids' bedrooms are actually different in each house, because for the rest of the house, I didn't really have a lot of options to play around with, basically, because the houses are so small. And if you want to fit in a couch and a chair and a kitchen. And if you want to fit in a double bed in the master bedroom, there's only so much you can do with a little room like that. But because I was placing 2 single beds in these kids' bedrooms, I did have more options. Like I did have more room to just kind of shuffle the furniture around and try to come up with different floor plans or different layouts rather for these bedrooms. So that's what I did for the kids' bedrooms basically, because I didn't want the video to be too repetitive. Even though the colors for each build are very different, I still didn't want it to be too repetitive. But you can see that each house also, of course, has its own little bathroom. The bathrooms are exactly the same for all of the builds except the colors, like the tiles in the bathroom. The tiles on the bathroom walls match the tiles in the kitchen, so that's a little detail that I really enjoyed. So yeah, but that was actually already it for the first little bungalow. So now we're moving on to the second one. You can see that I placed the exact same kitchen, just in a different color. And for this one, you can see that the front door is green and so is the accent wall on the exterior. So I went with green, a lot of very green furniture in here mixed with orange. And that is something that I really enjoyed. It's definitely something else, like it's definitely out there. But I have so much fun with it. I really like how this one turned out. And if I'm not mistaken, I used some black accents in this build, or maybe that's the next one. I don't necessarily remember. Maybe that's the next one. But for this one, well, there are a couple of black accents. But I mean, that is the safest bet because you can't literally make everything orange and green. Like you have to have some neutrals to kind of tone it down in a way. So that's what I tried to do, but you can see that the rug in the living area is very colorful, and the bar stools and the seating area furniture are very matchy because they're from the exact same set. I think they're from Get Famous, if I'm not mistaken. Get Famous came with a lot of very good mid-century modern pieces. The front doors are actually also from Get Famous, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can see that in the master bedroom, I used this wallpaper for an accent wall, and I enjoyed it so much. I love this wallpaper. I think it's so pretty, and I can totally understand if a lot of people don't like this color green, but green is actually one of my favorite colors, if not my favorite color. And I like basically every kind of green. I like it. Maybe not like the very grassy green. That's not my favorite color for furniture, but definitely this kind of color that I used on the accent wall and that you can see in the dresser as well. I really love that kind of green. I think it's so cool. It's so mid-century and I love it so much. So yeah, I used that dresser in here and I combined it with a bed from Dream Home Decorator. I did overall use some Dream Home Decorator pieces throughout this whole build. For example, the kitchen counters are from Dream Home Decorator, and I think I used a lot of beds from it as well. So I really enjoyed that. And here you can see that we're moving on to the kids' bedroom for this house. Like I said, it doesn't have to be kids' bedrooms. Like you could also have siblings, or I mean like teenagers, siblings sleeping in this room, or like just roommates, friends, like young adults. Like if you want to go on vacation with a whole group of young adults, you could also go here. Like it doesn't really matter. You can have 2 people sleeping in the quote unquote kids bedroom, and you can have like 2 very good friends, or maybe a couple, or just Sims that don't mind sharing a bed sleeping in the other bedroom. So basically it doesn't really matter who stays in these rooms or in these houses, but I was just playing around with the idea that I also wanted it to be suitable for families. So that's why I figured I would do 1 master bedroom with a double bed and 1 like shared bedroom with 2 single beds, because that will always come in handy. So that's what I decided to do. But you can see that for this bathroom, I actually used the same orange tiles as in the kitchen, and it kind of, I don't know, it's just very matchy that way, and I really enjoyed that for a little rental bungalow like this. Like maybe for a residential lot, for an actual family home, it would be a little bit too much. But I don't know, for a rental like this, I just really enjoyed it. And here you can see that we're moving on to the last bungalow. And this one has that very deep brown, almost reddish front door. And I used that very deep brown swatch of the kitchen for this house as well, and I think it looks so good. I love that color. It's so pretty. It's definitely something I would not pick in real life, but I just think it's so pretty. And then for the matching color for this house, I was struggling for the longest time what I wanted to do. But then eventually I settled for this very rich dark blue color. And I used that couch and chair from Paranormal Stuff. I think it looks very, very good in here, especially combined with that color of the Dream Home Decorator furniture, like the kitchen and this little console table that I created with the modular furniture. I just think the colors look very, very good together. And then I used this rug from Get Famous. It has some like yellows and oranges in it, but also again that deep red like brown color, so it was very matchy because the as you can see, the throw blanket and the little pillow on the couch are also yellow, so it definitely complemented each other very nicely in that sense. So yeah, I was definitely really trying to make these color schemes very out there, but not too much. Like I still wanted it to be nicely matched, if that makes sense, and just, yeah, not too hard on your eyes, if that makes sense. So that's definitely what I tried, and I think I succeeded. Let me know what you think of these color schemes and let me know which one is your favorite. I'm pretty sure that this last one is my favorite, even though green is my favorite color. I think this one is my favorite bungalow, this last one with the dark brown and the rich blue. I don't know, I think it's so pretty. And I combined it with beigey neutrals, as you can see, for the master bedroom. I used an accent wall in that beigey color, almost like yellowish, but yeah, very neutral because I kind of wanted to tone it down somehow. And then these paintings that I placed above the bed, I thought were perfect for this color scheme. Like I couldn't be happier when I found those paintings in the catalog. I mean, obviously I knew they existed, but I was just really trying to find artwork that would go with this color scheme. And then I came across these paintings and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Exactly the colors that I wanted to place here. So I was really happy about that. And here I placed a little dresser across from the bed and I put a couple of decorations on it. Some towels that looked very like rental-like in my opinion, so I really enjoyed that. And then I placed a red chair in the corner here. I thought it was a nice pop of color and definitely something that would go very well with the rest of the color scheme for this little bungalow. So I really enjoyed that. And I also used that more beigey color for the tiles in the kitchen and in the bathroom as well. So yeah, it's very complementary that way and very matchy in that sense as well. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just had so much fun with the colors in here because I was just trying to come up with a way to keep this build and keep this video interesting, even though I'm repeating the same floor plan over and over again, except for this, this shared bedroom, of course, that looks different every time. But yeah, I was just really trying to make it as different as possible. So I had a lot of fun with that. And here you can see I once again went crazy with the modular furniture because this is the only furniture set that comes in this exact wood swatch, if I'm not mistaken, this darker wood swatch. I couldn't really find any matching furniture in that exact color from different packs. So I don't know, I was kind of forced to keep using the modular furniture in this house, but I didn't mind it. I think it looks cool. And I created this little makeshift wardrobe area. I just hung up some clothes. Maybe there are people staying in this rental right now as well. I also placed, in the very first bungalow, I actually placed a laptop on the kitchen counter, on the island counter, which is not too realistic because that wouldn't be there. Like that obviously would belong to someone who is staying there right now. But I mean, a computer is very handy for gameplay, so I wanted to make sure to include one in this rental. So I quickly did that, and yeah, this one also has a little bathroom. I repeated that furniture once again from Dream Home Decorator, but I did that for every bathroom, just in different swatches like I already explained. And I also placed a little bit of clutter in the bathrooms to make it look a little bit more lived in, even though you wouldn't necessarily find that in a rental in a real life, but it doesn't really matter. And here I'm just decorating the front porches. I just placed a couple of chairs and then that's actually it. So let's hop on into the game and I'll show you the lot in real time. So here we have the lot in the game. I think it looks really fun. I love the different colors. I love how each little bungalow has its own unique color, but they are still exactly the same, basically. I really enjoy that little detail, if you will. And then starting off with basically the most important part of the build, and that's this outdoor area. So it's very nice, very dreamy, perfect for weddings or just parties in general. There's this very nice seating area on the terrace and this very large outdoors kitchen with a grill and a couple of bars. And then over here, a large table where you can sit down with the whole family and just have a family dinner. And then each house also has its own little 4-seater dining table, as you can see. If they want a little bit more privacy or just some time together, then yeah, I don't know, your Sims can just use the smaller tables. And then obviously also a couple of lounge chairs. And over here we have a kids play area. Don't mind this mailbox. I honestly don't know why that's there because I placed a mailbox over here. So I don't know why the game decided to place a mailbox all the way over there. I honestly don't know, but it's fine. And then we also have the pool, obviously. And then one little detail that I really enjoy is these string lights in the trees. I think it's so cute and so fun and just a small little detail that I wanted to point out to you. But then for the inside of the bungalows, they're exactly the same. And I love how the color schemes are so different from each other. When you hover over these builds from a helicopter view, basically, I don't know, I think it looks so fun and matchy and I just really enjoy this. It's very satisfying to me. But you can see that all the houses just have this little kitchen and seating area, and then they have their master bedroom and their kids bedroom. The same goes for this house, but then in a different color scheme. Obviously this one is very green. I still honestly don't know which one of these houses is my favorite. I love this one because green is my favorite color, but I also love this one because I just really love this color scheme. It's so rich and so unique and I just really enjoy it. I don't know, I feel like there's not that much to show you in detail about these little houses because they're all exactly the same, as you can see. And then one detail I wanted to point out to you is that there is a laptop over here on this countertop, so your Sims can actually use that if they need to, which is very handy for gameplay. But that is actually it for this build. So these modern desert rentals are up on the gallery. They're very expensive, as you can see, but I mean, then again, it's a rental lot, so you don't really have to pay this money. But I think the rental price is just over 1,200 simoleons per day, so that too is very expensive. But then again, I was more so thinking of it as a shared residential lot, so you would share it with a whole bunch of friends or a whole bunch of family members, and then it becomes way more affordable per person or per household. So that's kind of what I had in mind. I don't know if that's something that you can do in the game. Let me know if it is something that you can do in the game because I think that would be really fun. Otherwise, you might have to just pretend and then maybe cheat for money just for the sake of this vacation. I don't know, but I'm sure you'll figure something out. But that is actually it for this video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this build. You can definitely go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!